Mic check 1 2. So I'm getting ready to go ahead and make a trade happen, and I'm going to show you here real quick the trade pieces. So these are the games that I'm going to be using to trade for the game that you'll see me pick up. So first off, we have Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. Then we have a disc-only copy of Kirby's Air Ride. We have a disc-only copy of Shadow the Hedgehog. We have a boxed copy of Super Mario Sunshine. So we only have this boxed copy here, no manual on this one, but we do have a genuine GameCube case and the GameCube cover art. And then last but not least, we have this copy of X-Men Legends for the PlayStation 2 Greatest Hits version, but it does come with a solid manual and the disc is in pretty good condition. So really good condition on that. Yep, so we have these 5 games that we're going to be using for a trade. This was a trade that I initiated, and I'm really just going to be using a lot of the free stuff that I got during the buy two get one. So I'll kind of go over what these games all cost me, and then we'll look at some of the values for them, and then we'll also look at what I got in return in terms of trade value, and I'll let you guys determine if this was a good trade or not. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back with the trade, the game that I'm trading for. Okay, we are back in the lab, and I gotta say, today was a pretty good day. Took even more advantage of the buy two get one promotion. So I'm gonna first show you the games, the additional games that I picked up during the buy two get one, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you what I traded for, because I pretty much took about half of the games that I got for free and traded them all in for what I would consider to be a game that falls within the Grail category. So let's first take a look at some of these buy two get one pickups. First, we have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon on the Game Boy Advance. That one was more of a pickup just to kind of complete the deal. Then we have Castlevania Circle of the Moon. Now this one was one that I went back for. I had purchased this, pretty much returned it once I realized I had purchased too many games, but it made more sense as part of a buy two get one. So I picked this one back. Battletoads. This is also a rebuy. Just taking advantage of the deal. Then also picked up here a copy of Mario Party DS, which actually wasn't $29.99. It was actually $24.99. So I was shocked that it was actually cheaper than the sticker price. Normally it's more expensive. So got that as well. Then went ahead and snagged this copy of Champions Return to Arms, which I thought was pretty good. Not a bad deal. This is still like a $40 to $45 game. So I wasn't mad at that. I think I got a decent value here with a good bulk of what I picked up today. Pretty much all retro. Then also picked up this copy of Dragon Quest VII for the 3DS. And it's funny because I just said I was gonna start moving away from 3DS pickups, but this was one that made sense for me to pick up during the buy two get one. So another pretty decent find there. Not mad at that at all. And then we got some modern games. So I pretty much told you guys that tomorrow is going to be the day that I really leverage the promotion to get more modern games. So like Switch, PS5, PS4. So I figured I'd go ahead and get a jump start on that. And I picked up a copy of Double Dragon Gaiden on the Nintendo Switch. This is one that I had on the Switch, traded it away, but I'm glad to get this back. My family and I really enjoy playing beat 'em up, so this is one that we're probably going to start to dive into this weekend. So this was a really good pickup for us here. And man, these allergies, they're still hemming me up here. All right, and then also picked up this copy of After Image for the PlayStation 5. Now this was a Metroidvania that I had on the Switch. Traded that copy away, and I didn't even realize that they had it on the PS5. So I went ahead and stacked this up here. Like I said, it plays like a Metroidvania. This one kind of reminds me of like Gal Guardians or Elderbrand, if you ever heard of that game. Just a different variations of Metroidvania style games that I had on the Switch at one point, and then just wound up trading those away. So it was actually cool to get After Image back into the collection. Now, on for the main course. So if you saw in the beginning of the video, I showed you guys pretty much a number of games that I set aside and pretty much was going to use as trade bait to pick up a game. And as you all, if you all saw the beginning of the video, then you would have saw that the games included a loose disc copy of it was a loose disc copy of Kirby's Air Ride, a loose disc copy of Shadow the Hedgehog, a complete in-box copy of X-Men Legends Greatest Hits Edition on the PlayStation 2, and then it was a case in just a boxed copy of Super Mario Sunshine, and then last but not least, a copy of Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World, the kind of the combo pack that comes in one cart on the Super Nintendo. So pretty much traded all of those games away for the game that you're about to see here, and that is, boom, this copy of Shining Wisdom on the Sega Saturn. And it's so funny because this was a game that I had been, negotiating with a local reseller near me. And this is why, a big part of the reason why I say not all resellers are bad, because you do have some resellers who are willing to negotiate fair deals. They do deals that are reasonable. And I felt like their deal was reasonable for me. This is not the cleanest copy of Shining Wisdom, but it is a copy of Shining Wisdom. I haven't tested it yet, but I have looked at the disc. The disc is in pretty good condition. The disc is probably an 8 to 9 out of 10, but the case and manual, I would say, are probably a 7 out of 10. And you're probably not going to be able to pick the full effect of the condition up in the camera. The camera will probably make this look better than it actually is, but I would say that it's probably a 7 out of 10. Either way, this was a really interesting Working Designs game that I did not have in my retro collection, and I've been just going all retro here these past few days, and so this one actually made sense for me to add, especially with everything that I traded away being doubles. Every game that I traded away today was a double, so I'm not mad at that at all. And with this current promotion, when it comes to the buy two get one, I've been able to add some decent titles into my collection while also picking up games that I was able to use for trade bait. And all in all, it was just a really fun week. I didn't burn too much gas or too much time going to GameStops, but whenever I was running errands, I always made time to stop in, and thanks to all of the free games that I got during the promo, I was able to secure a copy of Shining Wisdom. So tomorrow I will definitely be spending some time jamming out to Shining Wisdom. And I feel like so far this year, every month I've been able to, and it always happens towards the end of the month, I'm able to pick up one grail item. I want to say last month it was Lunar. I think it was Lunar 1 for the Sega CD. The month before, it was Popful Mail on the Sega CD. And I think to start the year off, I wound up picking up a copy of Silent Hill 3 and Silent Hill 3 on the PlayStation 2 and Silent Hill Book of Memories on the PS Vita. So it's been a very, very interesting year so far when it comes to some of these retro pickups. And before the month is over, I'll probably just do an April recap, because I just feel like I thought March was crazy, but April turned out to be even crazier. So, but you guys let me know what you think about this find here. Have you played Shining Wisdom? Do you think it's a good game? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video. It's the Y2K Collector. Take it easy.